Anything?
Come here, little puppy dog. Welcome back from spring break and week 5, learning from home. All right, so what's happening this week in AP Biology? So, we're on Unit 3, which is cellular energetics. And in cellular energetics, we're going to do a lab this week where you're going to design and run an experiment looking at photosynthesis and some factors that could affect the rate of photosynthesis. And then we'll do a question of the week review with cellular energetics. And the 3 major topic areas that we'll focus on are enzymes, photosynthesis, anaerobic and anaerobic respiration. So, this kind of brings us to what's happening this week and what you're going to do. So the photosynthesis lab this week is really a focus on you deciding on the question and what are the variables. You'll run the experiment and do a statistical test, but there's no conclusion, and I want to be very clear about this. This isn't a lab about writing a conclusion. This is about identifying the variables of an experiment. And so you have to decide what kind of experiment and questions and what you're testing and measuring and comparing, and then running a statistical test. Please do not ask me what the variables are. Those are what you will have to decide. No, you don't have to write any kind of formal report or informal report. You'll just answer the questions that are included in just what are the variables, showing me the statistical test, and what is your question. And again, I have to emphasize, this isn't a writing of a lab. This is about designing and analyzing an experiment that you're doing. All right, then we'll have our 3rd question of the week. I like the idea of how you were all uploading. I think I got most of those who uploaded, worked pretty well. Unfortunately, only about 1/3 of the class completed the question of the week. That's a little low. So I'm not going to release the rubric or the answer key yet. I would need about 70% of the class to complete an essay question for me to release those answers. So, kind of brings me to the 3rd major point. I'll be available the 2 Zoom days again, twice during those classes. And I'm hoping that you can catch up this week. So if you've kind of still missing some assignments, there's no penalty for a late work class. It's just get it done. Which brings me to grades and how grades are working between now and the end of the semester. Probably the most important part. So what I do is I take all of your scores that you've done for the 2 weeks. In this case, it was 100 points. And then I said, okay, if you have 85% or higher in score, then you probably got an A in the grade book. If you got a B, a little less than 85%, then you got a B on the weekly work. And then if you did satisfactory work, that is, if you attempted most of the assignments, you did okay on some, not so good on others, then you got a C for the week. And so if you are to maintain this trajectory, if you were to complete all the assignments and do a B work or better, then there's a really good possibility that your grade will increase by the semester. If you're doing CB work, or just C work, there's a good chance your grade will not drop, but it will not change. And so that your letter grade you had at 3rd quarter probably would be the same letter grade. If you've missed most of your assignments and you get basically an excuse, your grade doesn't go up, your grade doesn't go down, it literally stays in the same as 3rd quarter grade. So, in a couple weeks, you're going to be asked, do you wish to maintain the credit, no credit bar, which is a D- or higher would get credit, and then, or do you want a letter grade? So if you want a letter grade, then you better get all of your work done, because the more work you turn in, the greater your score is, the greater the points you get for your weekly grades. And then finally, there's an ongoing last month project, and it's based on what's happening around my neighborhood and my block. So just the other day, I was looking out in my backyard, and we have a new visitor come visit us. This is a pair of crows have joined our neighborhood down. And so I challenge you to find examples of biology in your home, in your backyards, in your front yards, or if you're out for a walk. Now, if you're going to go out for a walk, please make sure you're wearing your mask and you're 6 feet away from everybody else. All you have to do is snap a picture of life and upload it. So once a week is what I'm expecting. This is in lieu of, instead of doing the flattening of the graph. Okay, you guys have a great week. We'll see you at the Zoom. Good luck. If you have any questions, just let me know.